All right. So, good evening, everyone. This is Nitin Soni, and I want to welcome you to this very special rather, Women's Day special event. And I want you to quickly type in yes in the chat box if you can see me and if you can hear me. Quickly type in yes in your chat box if you can see me, if you can hear me. This is Nitin Soni, your host, and I'm looking forward to spend some time with you and have an amazing discussion with some amazing, inspiring, lovely ladies here. Type in yes in the chat box if I am visible and if you can see me. All right. Give me a confirmation in the chat box, please. Go ahead. Yes. All right. Yes, go ahead. Good evening, everyone. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A very happy Women's Day to all the women and everybody out there. Thank you very much for joining this live event. We are going to have a discussion and some interesting questions and amazing answers with some amazing ladies here. Are you excited? Quickly type in excited in the chat box if you're excited for this event and you're looking forward to hear the views and this discussion that I'm going to be having. Type in excited in the chat box if you are excited for me to have this event. Type in excited. And with this confirmation, I want to invite, fantastic, awesome. Right. Thank you very much, Divya and Sudarshan, Sumit, Amisha, Ayushi, Raman, everybody. Thank you very much. Wow. Awesome. So here we go. I want to invite our first guest. The first guest that I have for you today is, her name is Lale Busheri. She's a #1 best-selling author of the book Triumph Over Breast Cancer and an author of an upcoming book too. She's the CEO of Prashanti Cancer Care Mission, a non-profit NGO working in Pune since 1996 in mitigating the scourge of various cancers. Lale is friend-in-chief of this well-established and reputed NGO that provides free and affordable diagnosis, medical treatment, patient support, and whatnot. And I am really excited right now to introduce you all to none other than Miss Lale Busheri. Lale, good evening to you. Very warm welcome.
Thank you for having me on the show. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much. Now, I would like also to introduce Dr. Gopika Kumar. Gopika Kumar is a motivational speaker, trainer, teacher, writer, orator, mentor, researcher, image consultant, and personality development practitioner. She has conducted multiple training programs across India, various corporates and whatnot. She's a specialist in soft skills training, completed her PhD in soft skills in management education, and ex-Miss India finalist 2003. She has expertise in the areas of soft skills, image management, and self-improvement. I am more than excited to bring Gopika Kumar to you. Gopika, good evening. A very warm welcome.
Good evening, Nitin, and thank you so much for having me today on this very special occasion of Women's Day, and wishing all women across the world a happy Women's Day.
Wow, excited. I'm super excited. I want to introduce our next guest to you. Please type in welcome in the chat box. As the guests are coming in, I'd like you to type welcome in the chat box, and I'll be very happy to see the excitement going in the chat box as well. I want to introduce the next guest for the evening is Sonu Singh, the #1 best-selling author of the book, The Confidence Key. She's an international certified image consultant, personality coach with 10 years of industry experience in learning and development. Well, having worked across various industries like pharmaceuticals, real estate, and university, she has been instrumental in designing and delivering more than 300 plus training workshops during her career span. Are you not excited as I bring none other than Sonu Singh to you? Sonu, a very warm good evening and happy Women's Day to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nitin. That was really wonderful and excited introduction. I'm supercharged. So thank you so much. And yes, on this special day, wishing across the world the women happy Women's Day, and of course, hashtag break the bias.
Amazing. Fantastic. I'm so glad to have you on the show, Sonu. My next guest is Dr. Vineet Gaba. She's a writer, social worker, motivational speaker who has transformed the lives of thousands of students struggling with different issues. Well, over 2 decades, she's working in educational sector, and she has worked with people across all walks of life and across India. Well, she is our next guest here. And I would like you to type in welcome in the chat box as I invite Dr. Vineet Gaba to the show. Dr. Vineet, good evening. Happy Women's Day. Dr. Vineet, do you want to quickly unmute yourself and
Good evening,
and come?
Nitin.
Yeah, all right, there you go. Good evening to you.
Good evening, everyone. All the lovely ladies present here, and everyone whose voice are here, and also to those whose voice are unheard. So again, once again, really happy Women's Day in this 2022.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Dr. Vineet. Glad to have you here. My next guest is a super energetic lady. Her name is Chinmay Abby. She's an internationally certified career coach, chief optimist at Change Your Story. Yes, she supports professionals with career coaching, interview coaching, resume writing, and LinkedIn profile rebranding. She is passionate about empowering people to discover meaningful professional goals and handhold them to get there faster, stronger, and happier. Well, I am super excited as I invite none other than Chinmay Abbe to the program. Chinmay, good evening. Happy Women's Day.
Hi, Nitin. Thank you so much for your kind words. And thank you very much for having me. I'm really excited. And here's wishing you all an amazing, amazing Happy Women's Day.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining in today, Chinmay. Well, this is, are you not already excited? Well, friends, can you see, look at the flow of comments and how excited people are. My next guest is an internationally recognized mind programming coach, mentor to thousands of people worldwide. She assists them in their inner transformation, radically shifting their understanding about life and bringing out the desired results. Well, she is none other than the #1 best-selling author, Yashika Jalhotra. Rashika, good evening. Happy Women's Day.
Very good evening, Nitin, and thank you so much for having me here. Happy Women's Day to all the beautiful women watching this awesome show conducted by the awesome super author, Nitin Soni.
Thank you very much, Yashika. Thank you very much. Friends, keep typing welcome in the chat box. I have 2 more guests here. Well, my next guest is none other than the #1 best-selling author of 2 books, not one. She is an author who believes in consistency, dedication towards work and life. She is the author of The Better Side and Harvesting Happiness, none other than a good friend, Deepika Agarwal. Deepika, good evening and a very warm welcome to you. Deepika, if you can hear me, quickly turn on your video. All right. Yes.
All of you. And I am super excited to take part in this wonderful show conducted by very own Nitin sir. And I am so glad that you invited me here and I'm part of this great show. I hope we inspire a lot of people today. And a very, very happy International Women's Day to all the beautiful ladies here and throughout the world. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Deepika. And here we go. The next guest that I have, she is the author of Marshal the Mind, Encyclopedia for Gym Trainers, Nutri Yoga, Tattva Yoga, Miracle Yoga. She is a super expert traveling around the globe. She is a renowned international educationist. She has contributed significantly in the field of physical education, sports, psychology, general health, and wellness. I'm talking about Dr. Anjum Padyal. Well, she is here and she's currently serving as an associate professor in the Department of Physical Education, Sports Sciences, Deshbandhu College, University of Delhi. Well, she's not in India. She's in LA right now. Anjum, very warm welcome and a happy Women's Day to you.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting and always supporting all of the women out there, over there. And let's break the bias.
All right, friends, there we go. We have all the guests here. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for sparing your time. You're all busy. Your schedule is jam-packed tight, but you spared your time to be here for this discussion. सबसे पहले बहुत-बहुत शुक्रिया और शुरुआत में कहना चाहता हूँ, I am nervous. Well, I am nervous. This doesn't happen often, but today I am nervous and I'm going to be honest here. Well, this is happening for the first time. 8 ladies here on a show. So first of all, help me get out of this nervousness. And friends, every single one of you who are listening to me, who know me, I don't get nervous, pretty easily. But today I am. I'm looking forward to this discussion. I'm going to start off my discussion with Lale Yu.
This is women power.
It indeed is. Well, I want to straight away, go to Lale Busheri, and I want to ask a question, Lale. My straight question to you is: are women taking care of their health? When you see around, are you happy with the way women are taking care of their health? What do you think about this? I want to take your views on this.
This is a very good question, Nitin. I don't see that happening at all. A woman is the pivot of society, and the family revolves around her. Especially in the Indian scenario, she's looking after her husband, her children, her in-laws, everybody. And the last one she looks after is herself. And, that's why when we give talks and we speak in different forums, I prefer that the men also come, because they are the ones who really bring their wives or their daughters or their children to look after their health. And it's very, very important that awareness is created in India. That's what's lacking in India. So
I'm sure. And I'm sure you agree that there's a lot of work that needs to be done on this, right?
Hell of a lot, yes, absolutely.
Hell of a lot of work. Dr. Anjum, you also work in this field. मैं जानना चाहता हूं, what do you think about women health? Do you think a lot of work needs to be done? Are we all aware of it? Just talk a little bit about women health.
A woman is the first one who sacrifices her own health and wellness. She just don't think about themselves. They are just serving. They are just trying to, please everyone. And somewhere in the life, they just lose control on their body, on their mind, on their career, on everything. So that's why I just want to support every girl, child, or woman who want to pursue their career in wellness industry. And as well as, if we teach one woman, we can take care of the whole family. So first, I want to just give message to every woman: take care of your body, take care of your mental health, take care of yourself.
I'm glad you mentioned mental health. Yashika, you work on mind, right? And apart from physical health, I think it's so much important for us to realize the importance of our mental health, right? So do you want to talk a little bit about it? What do you think? I mean, are people just focusing on, especially women, are they just focusing on their physical appearance, how they look and how they walk and how they talk? And are they also taking care of the stress which is here, the pressure which is here, the expectations that are here? What do you want to say about that?
That's a great question coming to me, and I was actually expecting this question right now, because these beautiful women who are talking about that, how still Indian women needs to take charge of their health. What I have seen over the last 4 to 5 years since I have started my, since I founded Quantum of Happiness, I have seen, men as well as women equally are coming to my programs and, workshops, buying the similar kind of products, which make me believe that today's woman is becoming so much conscious and aware about her, not only physical health, but also mental health. Because in many of my programs, we cover physical and mental health both. And I have seen these women creating not only, perfect body, but they are super curious to create that mental balance as well. And they are super ready to actually take any kind of actions to do that. So I have seen that progression coming in Indian women. That's super awesome. And cheers to all the women who are actually progressing in such a good pace, taking care of not only their beauty, their, weight, not only the face, but also health, mental health actually.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yes. I want to go to Gopika here. Gopika, you come from you have this experience of what it takes to compete in a beauty pageant, and looking good. Looking good is one part that a lot of contestants are trained on. But I want you to talk a little bit about this pressure that a lot of female handle here, especially those who are working in this segment. So do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure. So I think, it has completely evolved today. And when I say evolved, I have been speaking to my daughter who says that, Mama, it's not about makeup any longer. It's about skincare. It's not about you having to make it look good. It has to be naturally good. So when I say evolved, so when the next generation is ready with answers like these, I know that they're moving in the right direction, right? So it is about external, but even the external has to be thought about in terms of, internally, mentally, and, really looking at it that are we only creating the superficial layer of external beauty, or are we really thinking about it going way deeper and way longer as a part of a lifetime, right? So I think it has completely been changing, and I'm very happy to see the change. In fact, if we talk about the latest movies, even in Bollywood, And if I really pick up, like, the latest interesting movie from Gehraiyan, where Deepika Padukone has played that role, I think that raw look, and which is really coming out because of a character that she's really playing. And that's what really talks about that you need to be strong inside, and that's what gets projected outside. And that's what beauty is. And that's what really starts getting reflected to people as well. So that's what I have started believing. I'm very happy to see that change, actually.
Looking forward to watch this movie now. It's on my watch list, Gopika.
Yes.
Deepika, going from Gopika to Deepika. Deepika, I was reading your book the other day, and I could sense the pressure that that housewives have. There's so much pressure on housewives in India, from the family, from relatives, the expectations. Do you think it takes a toll on their mental health? Do you think it makes a lot of women get into depression? Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. This is a topic which, each and every woman should focus on, because I really feel, and I have observed around the kind of progress I am seeing in the mental health, physical health, emotional health, and lately spiritual wellness, which all the women are becoming aware of. And they really, the light is on all these four, I think, the paths they are following. Because when I see women around, sabse pehle it was physical health, yoga, exercise. And now I'm seeing that with time, women are like from physical to mental wellness, from mental wellness to emotional wellness. And from emotional wellness, they are going to spiritual wellness as well. And this is what making women much more stronger than what they were a few years before. And especially from past 2 years, I am seeing that change, that revolution, which has come in the women around me. And I can feel the same within me, because I basically speak on my experience, what I have experienced, and my observation, what I have observed. So I feel so great that women are really working on their mental health, which is really very, very important. And as very rightly Gopika ji said, that if your internal self is like beautiful, it reflects on your external self too. So I really feel that it is very important to work on your inner self to, completely make your outer self absolutely beautiful. So yes, definitely, it's not only about makeup and looks. It is definitely an all-around thing, which I think every woman should work on. Because
absolutely,
this is
absolutely
the time. This is the time when, awareness has come. People are really, women are really, focusing in that field. They are taking care of themselves. Like earlier, it was like only family, kids, and being a housewife. Now, I really feel that if you know how to manage time, I think you can manage yourself in each and every field.
True. I completely agree. Absolutely. Perfectly there. Chinmay, when we talk about changing your story, can it be possible without taking care of your mental and physical health? Specifically talking about women, I want to hear it from you. You talk a lot about changing your story and helping women. Tell us how important is this health part?
Nitin, first of all, I think you're a rock star. You're doing a great job. Trust me, no one can tell that you're nervous. Okay, and we love you.
Thank you.
Well, great question. I think everybody has made very valid points. And I just want to add that let's not forget that we are living in the world 2.0. which is the post-pandemic era. And this life, if you're sitting here today celebrating Women's Day, I think it's a gift.
True.
So many people are not here, right?
True.
And so I think never ever before have all of us as individuals in our own individual capacities have realized the importance of health more than ever. And, I just want to take a moment. This is a little personal, Nitin, with your permission, that
sure.
Take it from somebody. I just lost one of our mothers, my mom, to cancer. And, after a long and tough battle of 5 years. So, I just want to dedicate this to her. And, I really think if you love your family, please take care of your health. I think nothing can be beyond that. Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Chinmay. We are with you,
Sorry
all of us. Loss. Yeah, indeed. Lale Busheri, talking about cancer.
Right.
I would really like to, the work that you're doing in this field, you're with your book and with your work, especially around breast cancer, I would like you to tell us a little bit about this deadly, if I may call it, disease, and are women aware enough about this life-threatening issue?
Nitin, actually, most women are not aware. There's not much awareness in our country. And secondly, breast cancer is known as the best cancer, BST, best cancer to have, because if it's picked up early, it's completely curable. So if it's picked up at stage 1 and 2, it's completely curable. Even stage 3, if you have a good doctor, it's controlled very, very well. We have breast cancer is the largest spy in India. So that's the largest cancer we have in the country. And we have approximately 178,000 new cases registered in India every year. Unfortunately, most of the cases in India are premenopausal, so the women are around 44 years of age. We pick them up very late, stage 3 and 4 in our country, because there's lack of awareness. The women do not do a self-breast examination or an annual checkup like a mammogram or a sonography to pick up an early cancer. And most women do not even know that breast cancer has 5 stages, stage 0 to stage 1. A lump comes, it's a pre-cancer, it's not yet a cancer. And for it to become a cancer, there's a window period of over 8 years. Can you believe it? So there's a lump in the woman and she doesn't know about it for over 8 years till it becomes stage 1 of cancer, because she never does the self-breast examination in her shower every month, doesn't go for her regular checkups, and the awareness is not there. And even till quite late, many of the doctors never had the gold standard of treatment to offer a woman for her breast to be reconstructed or for her, for her to be whole again. So she was scared of being left without a breast. And that's what was scaring her to even go ahead and meet somebody. So these are the big challenges that we have in our country.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And in fact, the work that I have done with you, I've got the opportunity to educate myself, my family and women around me. So I want to personally thank you for that, Lale Busheri.
Glad you were able to do that.
Yes. Thank you so much. Sonu, confidence. You work on confidence. You work on personality development, right? Yeah. When you work with women, when you train them, what do you feel? I mean, are they by default confident when we talk about women? Or do you think a lot of work that needs to be done on them to make them confident about themselves? Do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Absolutely. So confidence is something that you are never born with. And I always tell that to every single person. But the trend that has been following, especially with the kind of exposure that tier 1 cities are having, and now tier 2 and tier 3. So it's not about just that the metro women are very confident and the urban and tier 3 cities women are not confident. It's not like that at all currently. If you see the data, if you see the stat, if you follow any real time shows which is happening on the so-called our black box, then you see women are the ones who are more confident than men coming on that screen, right? And they are not from tier 1 cities. They are from tier 2, tier 3 cities. So that feeling of competing with an urban life, when they move, the movement that has happened very gradually from our villages to the urban cities and now to the metro cities, that movement has made our women, especially girls, much more confident. I myself have moved on from a tier 2 city to a tier 1 city, and the changes that I have seen within me because of the exposure, that is what I talk about. So if I can do it, I think each and every woman who is standing here, sitting here, all these beautiful faces, which I see 7 of us, 8 of us, including me, we all are confident in our own way. It's not that we all are confident in the same way, right? So there's a difference. So we all are confident in our own way, and that is what each individual has to identify. How are you confident? You can't be confident the same way that I am. I still have a shaky leg if I visit a principal office, because that is my childhood thing. But you might not be, right? You might be that confident child in school who never used to fear the principal, but I used to. So today, if I'm being called in a school, I still have that fear. If I'm called in a college, but I still have that fear. But now I fight my fear. So again, you have to understand that what is your confident, how are you confident, and how can you fight that fear within you to become more confident.
True.
And yes, women today are much more confident, which everybody is experiencing. It's not that they are hiding from someone. It's not that they are not vocal. It's not that they are not showing up. We are showing up. We are putting up our stand. Whatever the society tells us, whatever is happening with us, that is a different ballgame altogether. But I think we are all strong, standing, fighting our own battles. And that is more important.
When I talk to my wife, sometimes she's quiet and she's in her own thoughts. I just ask her, what's happening? She says, I have my inner world. Every woman has her own inner world. Like, why do you want to know about it?
Absolutely. That is the silence before the storm.
I was thinking of the same.
Awesome.
Ask
Well,
Nitin about it.
To add to Sonu, I think she has, rightly said that not only the women from the metro cities are confident. If I look into my life, I am coming from a very, very small town in Punjab, and I was super underconfident girl, and who cannot even face a teacher, a principal, go shaky legs and all that, sweating will come up, and interviews, going for an interview. So what I'm trying to say here, like every person, despite a woman, a transgender, a man, we all are not born confident, as she's very rightly saying it. And for many years, a child may stay underconfident until he or she is being either thrown into the real world, or either he or she is mentored to become a confident, and maybe with the life's experiences, maybe with the transformation, with anything, everybody can actually gain access to the confidence.
I completely agree with you.
If Sonic can do, I think every person on the planet can do.
Can do it. And especially, I know Gopika very well. I know Deepika here very well. I know their story, starting off with the same thing, not very high on confidence, but when we look at you now, it is super inspiring. I want to go to Dr. Vineet here. Dr. Vineet, we hear this weaker sex. Women, she's a weaker sex. I mean, she's weak. Right? We generally hear this. I want to ask you, are women really weak? Or is this high time that we stop saying this and we stop reiterating this? What do you have to say about it?
Hello, everyone. Before giving the answer of that question of Nitin, I just want to ask from the two lovely ladies if the principal is really horrible. Two ladies has given the example that we feel horrible when we are going to enter the principal office. So today I come to know this fear is still from the years. I'm coming to your question, like the weak, who is weak and who is not. One thing, as your question, I'm going to say this question. Who said the woman is weak? Is the lady or is the man?
The man.
Who said? I don't accept this. I want to give you, when I born, I was a 5-year-old or 6-year-old. I belongs to a very small town of Haryana, and you know the situation of girls in Haryana. Everyone knows. And that time, when I'm going to grown up, I listen the sentence, "Bete ladki hai, why you are arguing? Bete, don't do this as you are a girl. Bete, don't do this. This is not your field. These are the biased area." And then, slowly, I grown up by listening all these sentences near about, I should say, 20 years of my life. But as personally, if you ask me, I never feel I am weak. And what happened? I start reading. I'm very much interested in that wild life centuries and all these topics. Make me very much interested. So I start studying this. We have seen, all of you, the lion and the elephant. I just want to tell you, have you seen that the lion is going to hunt or the lioness? Always the lion is going to do the hunting part, not the lion. And when there is a group of these elephants, you always see that she-elephant is going to guide the complete group of the elephants.
Beautiful.
All these nature, you have seen that these sort of things are coming. When the God has made for every he there is a she, for every she there is a he. Who said in human being women are weaker? I don't know. I never accept this sentence. I think the women are more powerful. Only thing why it is considered as weak, because some people, some family person, or whosoever I can say, the person with whom we are surrounding, they never given the opportunity to speak that. The day they will speak, they know कि सब कुछ हिल जाएगा. They are not giving the opportunity. The day they will get the opportunity, that day, then we people will ask who is weaker, the male or the female.
True.
So I don't think there is a weak section. This is the most strongest section of the society. And we are going to give the birth to the new generations.
True.
How the weak person can give you the new generations.
True.
So I don't think only thing the start from here. What we are going to give up morning to till evening, we are going to get the feed of you are weak, but we are not
Absolutely.
weak. How much feed you give, we are the strongest section of the society.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I want to convey this to everybody who is attending this program, everybody who's listening to this incredible discussion. I want to tell all of you, I'm doing this program for myself. This discussion is for me. This person is going to improve me as a human, as a man, as an individual. So I really want to once again thank all the ladies here for spending their time and doing this and sharing all of this. And every single one of you is listening to this. If you are a woman, this is for you. If you are a man, it's even more important that you listen to this discussion. This is absolutely incredible. Gopika, just I want you to add on to this. Are women weak? Are women weak?
So, Nitin, ironically, whenever I have something like this, I always recollect incidents and experiences which have actually occurred. So this morning in itself today, and this I'm actually talking about somebody who came up to me and was really struggling with the perception that the friends were carrying about that person. And her name was Ria. And I said, what is the problem? And she said that everybody thinks and has perceptions and judgments about me. And that's the only thing. And I want to say this to everyone, that if there are perceptions and they last on for a very long time, they become judgments, right? Now, if you want to make sure that those judgments don't happen about you, you need to gear yourself up, do something about it so that those perceptions don't become judgments. And today, the women have actually been able to do that numberless times so that that doesn't become a judgment. And this norm is no longer there, that women are weak. And I completely agree with Dr. Vineet on the same. It was beautifully shared that numberless times women have been able to lead. It's a perception. And if some people are still being able to carry that, women will still take numberless chances to make sure that we are able to break through this, which people are still carrying with themselves, right? So let's break through these perceptions and let's be on that path together.
True. Dr. Anjum, you have had so many challenges. I remember you, I know your entire story. You were bedridden, you were weak. Do you want to talk a little bit about your story and tell everybody who's listening and everybody who will listen to this in future, women are not weak.
Not at all. When we are giving birth to a child, when we are giving birth to this, human species, we are just carrying forward that. We are not weak. But yes, we need mental support. We need the family support. I am blessed that I had all that. And that's why I'm so much sensitive about the women who are not having that kind of a support after marriage. The life changes after marriage, after pregnancy, after delivering a child. So I had a very peculiar kind of a pregnancy. They call it hypokalemia. I was suffering with that and I got paralytic during my pregnancy. Now the tragedy was I was so agile. I was gymnast. I was doing double somersaults. I was champion and I was bedridden. Whereas I have never suffered even with fever throughout my life, throughout my, younghood or adulthood or childhood, because I was in yoga since I was 3-year-old. And after 1982 Asian Games, I have just watched on TV and I was too flexible to become a gymnast. So I became gymnast. And within 86, by 86, 87, I was national champion. After that, that was my journey throughout in sports, physical education, and nobody can tell me to sit for 5 minutes. I can't. I just can't. So that was the shock for me, for my family, for my friends, and everybody supported me. But with all that support, the body was not moving. And I was not able to feed my baby. She's so beautiful. Right now, I'm in Los Angeles with my daughter, and now I'm a grandmother. I have become nanny.
God bless.
Blessed with a little baby baby child, and she's Alana. So my my short name is Anna, and now she's Alana. So from there, when everybody was supporting me, even the medical sciences and whatever, from Ayurveda, from massages, one fine day after 4.5 months after the delivery, when everybody was telling me that everything will be okay after the delivery, that I worked on my mental health. I have started focusing on my subconscious mind, rewiring my brain, retraining my brain, and through my brain, through my mind, through the thought process, I could have moved my right hand first time after 4.5 years of journey. And then it took 8 or 10 months to reduce down that 27 kgs weight. Every woman, get blessed with the pregnancy, and I just fetched my life back, because my whole career is fitness and wellness.
True.
So that was the story. And now I'm a little bit worried about when people are talking about here about the confidence. Most of the time, I'm dealing with a very executive and premium class of women who are quite educated, but left the career for past 10 years, 15 years, 18 years, 20 years, just because of the second phase of the life, that is marriage, motherhood, and now somewhere, can you imagine? An environmental scientist, once upon invited in Bhava, now called herself as a homemaker, stuck, confined to the same routine. She has lost her confidence, not only the confidence, now she's asking, what is the purpose of life for me? That's it. Just be a good wife, just be a good daughter-in-law, just be a good daughter, and just be a good mother. That's it. So people, the women lose identity after, I call it the second inning. After that, so I'm supporting and want to support whenever I see any profile with masters in computer application 1994. Okay, what are you doing for past 18 years? Nothing. I'm at home. So I'm giving an opportunity and hand holding them to bring back to a career, because if you lose a purpose in your life, then stress, anxiety, depression, and the question, what I have done with my life after educating, after getting support from the parent, for a girl child, getting her education, getting her educated is another task,
Absolutely.
a big task, a challenge for a parent. And a lady from Ujjain, lady married, somewhere in interior. I'm just helping them out to come up on this platform. And I take COVID as a blessing.
Yeah.
COVID as a blessing, because now from their drawing room, they can reach to the world, and they can explore the expertise, and they can, serve their expertise. So
True.
confidence can be lost anywhere in the, any point of life, because of any tragedy or incident or situation you are stuck in.
True. Absolutely.
So
Very nicely said.
Something on confidence.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that confidence is just a word. Why? Because when you know yourself well, I don't think so there is any moment or any situation where you lack confidence. If you know yourself well, I don't think so. Anything can stop you.
So it is important for us to know us, and especially women need to know themselves, right?
Exactly. And they're
Absolutely.
yes.
I want to at this time bring in men, right? Like bring men into the discussion. Chinmay, I want to ask a question. In your career, have you faced resistance from men when you are teaching them, when you are leading them, when you are managing them, being a woman, being a lady? Have you ever faced resistance from men?
Well, first of all, I don't see things like that. I have had my share of struggles and, situations when you're not taken seriously. You enter a room full of men and women, and, you are judged. But Nitin, I do want to see it in a way that's happening with me because I'm a woman. I don't think like that. Primarily because I have been, again, one of the privileged class of women, I guess. I am surrounded with amazing men, right from my father, my father-in-law, my husband, and even at workplace, So I think when you enter a room full of men, or you're sitting in the boardroom, I think end of the day, no amount of respect, you cannot walk with their entitlement. It is not going to be served in the platter, right? right? For women, maybe a little more tougher to get that, but at the end of the day, you have to prove your worth to command that respect. So while initially people would, look at, oh, ye ladki kya batayegi, what is she going to tell me about my career? I'm a vice president, I'm 25 years of experience. But it takes a while for them to see your worth behind you, which is behind your gender, and appreciate you for the value you bring in and the results that you can help them achieve as a career.
But are we saying that the first perception is indeed the gender base, is it?
I am not sure. I don't want to comment on that, Nitin.
No problem.
And I am happy with that ignorance because I don't know if we can generalize that, because I think, initially everybody gets judged. Don't be judged. And would you ask the same question to a man that how do you lead women, or how do you, when you enter a room full of women, do you feel challenged? Of course, when you meet people, they judge you. We all judge each other all the time. If I have to listen to you, you have to prove to me your worth. Why should I be listening to you, right? Beyond that, of course, I've had my own share of, bad experiences, like all of us.
Lale Busheri, when you meet women, do you think some of them feel that this is happening to me because I'm a woman?
Nitin, first of all, I'd like to say that I think every human being is equal, whether a male or a female. And a human being is a human being. Some have self-confidence, their personalities are such that they can forge ahead. Some have had opportunities, some haven't had opportunities. So I think it's all about an individual. And I think in my personal case, I think it's been my husband, Dr. Kopikar, my husband. Yeah. And I think if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. And I think he's been the force behind me completely. Yes, a lot of women, you come across a lot of women who feel, as you've said, you find that in men also. I've always given a very wonderful example at my daycare in the clinic. There was a young boy who was a maid's son. He came to us in his 10th standard to take chemotherapy. We supported him. We sponsored him. He used to take his chemo in the morning from 11 to 2, and 2 o'clock in the afternoon were his 10th standard exams. And we all told him that don't give your exams this time, give it the next year. And he said, no, the chemo drip was on one hand and his books were on the other hand. He used to study. And we forgot about it after his exams got over. And one day he came and he bought mithai and touched our feet. And he came first in the whole of Maharashtra.
Wow.
He came first in the whole of Maharashtra.
Wow.
So going through his chemo every single day, he gave his exams. So I don't think it's about men and women. I think we're all equal depending on your mindset, the support you have from the family and your friends. And I think a lot to do with your personality and also the confidence that you're able to get in life.
True. So Gopika, what do you think about this? When you are helping people, men, women, both, and especially women, I want to ask, do you think that they have this thing at the back of the mind that this is happening to me because I'm a woman?
So, I think in terms of having my clients, Nitin, majority, when I say majority, are 80% men. So resistance, had they had that resistance in today's time, they wouldn't really ever enroll into a program to be guided on the potential that they have.
Wow.
That's all that I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
I'm just letting them see the potential that they have, right?
True.
And had they been intimidated from a woman being able to take that mentoring, then they wouldn't have really enrolled. And 80% I'm talking about. So I haven't really faced that as such, but I'm very sure that we still have that percentage, a whole lot, which is completely biased towards the women gender. But yes, as I said, also mentioned earlier, that it's evolving. It will take time. It will take time. I'm happy to see the change. And as far as we keep proving our worth, and as Chinmay also said, as far as we keep showing the work that we do and which really stands behind the gender, people will be able to see that, what kind of worth are you really bringing into the world? So, it's just about time, and we're almost there, in fact.
True. Yashika.
Can I?
Yeah. Chinmay, you want to add something? Yes. Please go ahead.
Just to what Gopika mentioned and said something very beautiful. And coming back to your question, I don't think it's about women facing issues because they are women. I think a lot of things, and this is a very counterintuitive thing, and perhaps blame it on the years of conditioning. We are constantly on a spree of proving ourselves. Come on, let's face it. I see so many women, senior women, we do not ask for help. We all want to fight battles. And so perhaps we are living in that survival mode. And probably, as I said, because of whatever we've seen in the older generations, because my mom was so good. And so I want to continue the legacy. And in the hindsight, so we lose on our own health, and which is why we are so sacrificing and subservient, so to speak. But it is not just about because I am a woman, but it is how we are brought up, we are conditioned. And I'm not just talking about our parenting or our parents' parenting, but typically the environment we live in today, we cannot, isolate ourselves from that. So it is about those issues, I have to do it all. I have to balance work and life. We do not ask for help. We don't, when we are dealing with trouble, we don't share, we don't say what we need. Men perhaps become more successful and they get what they want because they ask for it. And that's one primary thing where I quote senior women leaders, that if you are dealing with something, ask for help. That's
True.
the point
That
I
makes
wanted
sense.
to make.
That makes sense. Absolutely. Dr. Vineet, do you think it's beneficial to have a women leader? A leader, maybe in corporate, maybe in organization. Do you think it's beneficial for the organization, for the entity, to have a women leader?
I want to divide your question in two parts. Particularly, I'm working in education sector as a school principal, and I think this is the area which is totally women dominating. All the women, the teachers or the principals, you see the metros, you see the local cities, everywhere, 90% you see the principal as a woman. Here I want to say, when a male is going to enter in office of a woman, at least they show the etiquettes. They know how to behave. They know what words I'm using. Somewhere we are going to get the benefit, the etiquettes, I should say the values. The man is going to show more in front of the women comparatively to the man. When a group of men are going to sit with each other, the topic is totally on a different track. And as the woman is going to enter, they show that they are the sophisticated. And particularly, if I will say the other area, I forget about the education sector. I'm going to come into the MNCs or this world. Till the time you have not opened your mind, till the time you have not shown your capability, till the time they are not knowing you, they will treat you as the woman. But the time when you start speaking, when you're showing who you are, what you know, all these value when you are going to add to the society, it is a male or it is a female, who has added the more value, that person will get the more respect. Forget out the gender bias, who is equal, who is come. Even you have seen the male on the topmost position, they are going to be fail. And the women, their success, sometimes the women are fail. Only things what we have. And the most important, what we are giving to the society. If really I'm happy, I have given something, I'm confident, I'm like, I should say, I can face thousands of people without any hesitation. That day, when we are ready to face, when we are ready to answer, the women somewhere are more comfortable comparatively to the man. Man has to prove on each and every step. But which field I am, that is guaranteed the women are more successful. A teacher, she has more patience. She can tolerate all those stupidity of a child. If I will ask, you have seen in the childhood also, आपको lady teacher याद होगी अच्छे से तो जोर से थप्पड़ मारती थी. So that way you can see, it depends on the field where you are and how you prove yourself. There is no gender bias according to me.
Brilliant. Absolutely. Friends, everybody who is listening to us right now, I want to go over to the audience, the participants here. And I want to ask, let me know in the chat box, how is this discussion going? How is it going? Are you enjoying the discussion that we are having today on this Women's Day with some amazing, inspiring ladies? Let me know in the chat box. And also let me know in case you have any questions for them, in case you have anything that you want to ask right now to these panelists here. I will pick up your questions and I will put them across to these ladies here. Sonu, I want to ask the same question to you. Is it beneficial? Is it good for yeah? Go ahead.
I was going to add to Dr. Vineet's line here that yes, it is beneficial. Okay, when we talk about women leaders, it is purely beneficial for the corporate even to have women leaders. But breaking the glass ceiling at the corporate is still new. Why I'll say you that. Now, women entering in the corporate genre as such is very new right now. Okay, it has not evolved much. If you have seen why in the education sector females are high and they are leading, is just because we are conditioned saying teacher wali job ladkiyon ke liye safe hoti hai. Doctor wali job ladkiyon ke liye safe hoti hai. Kuch nahi bane to aap teacher to ban hi jana. Because you are good, because we have patience, because we have perseverance, because we can control our child. So that is why corporate is demanding. Corporate demands time. And when you are juggling between two lives wherein you are a superwoman at home and when you are a superwoman at the corporate and the office, you can't become a Rajnikant. Okay, except today only, since morning, I'm doing this session on how you can stop being a Rajnikant for at least women employees. So that is what I tell. If you have to climb the corporate ladder, if you want to break that glass ceiling, if you want to become the CEO of your company, first think here. Start thinking here that I am the CEO. You still see yourself as at the managerial level, at the VP level, and I'm good enough. Okay, so I'm the VP company, I am at a VP position and I'm satisfied with it. Beyond that, going beyond that requires you to break that feeling that you are not a superwoman. The second thing where women fail, and I will use that word fail because we actually fail, is in proper networking. We as women, we don't go ahead and network with if we want to become a CEO. And that I have quoted from Indra Nui, CEO PepsiCo, where she told that if you want to become a CEO of a company, you have to have a proper network, which women don't build. Unke liye network, okay, relative hai, ye hai, wo hai, you know, going out to the networking zone, selling yourself. It's proper in a networking zone, you have to sell yourself. Okay, you can't just sit in a corner and see that, okay, I'm the best and people will come to you. It's not like that. So you have to go and sell. You don't have a network. Third thing where we fail, because why we don't have leaders at women leaders in the corporate, is we don't ask for help. We don't ask for help in the personal life. We don't ask for help in a professional life. We think that we can handle our personal life and we think we can handle our professional life equally. That is why I tell, stop being the lady Rajnikant. Even Rajnikant can't do in real life what he does on the screen. So why do you expect yourself? Break that glass ceiling first in your mind that you can do everything. Absolutely. You can't do everything. Nobody in this whole world can do anything. Bhagwan bhi nahi kar sakte. You know, for Shiv to perform, he needs a Shakti. Okay, and for Shakti to perform, you need a Shiv. Right? So if you have to perform to the best of your caliber, if you have to know that I want to become a CEO, if you want to become an MD, if you want to become an entrepreneur, if you want to be the co-founder, founder, you have to break this glass ceiling within your head first. And then, of course, there is no limits. And a woman being at the leadership position is the best thing that the corporate can actually have. She has patience, she has calculation, and she can actually manage. If she can manage the other people, one person's son at home, she can manage everybody at the office also. True. Right? So if you want woman leadership to be there, woman first has to break that glass ceiling in their mind. And of course, it's always welcome. Who does not want to see faces, beautiful faces on the top level at the pyramid? We all want.
Who doesn't? True. Yashika, we hear a lot about women empowerment, right? Women empowerment. Students are asked to write essays on it. And there are speeches and seminars and discussions on women empowerment. What is women empowerment? What is it that needs to be done? What should we as society should do? And we say, right, now we are empowering women.
I tell you one thing, Nitin, that women have already empowered. So there is nothing needs to be done to make our women more empowered. The number one thing I think Deepika also mentioned here, and I will 100% agree to her, being from the same coaching industry, I see people, especially men, coming into programs, into one-to-one also, life coaching sessions also, and they are more open to mentors who are women, because there are so many stuff lying in their heads. They are emotionally more connected to a woman, because women are intellectually, emotionally, spiritually more understandable. So there is, that barrier is naturally gone. Whether the person is a man or a woman, when the person is talking to somebody, they feel more comfortable talking to a woman than a man. That is very natural. So I think that is a God gift to all the women, and nothing needs to be done to make them empowered. The only thing which we need to actually, show and on awareness part, I will agree. Like, she's doing such a great, work to make women aware on breast cancer and other cancers. Likewise, just women needs awareness. Rest of the thing, their inner self has so much of power that once they are aware what needs to be done, that is a natural flow for any woman to gain that power. Only thing is they just need some guidance and awareness that how powerful they are, how beautiful they already are inside out. The only thing is awareness, the mentoring, and the showing them the right path. And I see women at various levels talk about any MNCs, talk about schooling, college, or any path. Women are excelling not because of they are super intelligent, but they are God gifted, intellectually, spiritually, and emotionally more connected with people, and people feel very safe talking to a woman. That they are
absolutely. Lale, does that mean we should stop talking about women empowerment?
Absolutely. I believe we should not have a Women's Day. Why should we have a Women's Day? There's no man's day. It should be all equal. We should consider ourselves equal. And I feel empowerment for a woman or a man is about literacy, about more education in a country like India. I think the way forward is just education.
So are we all happy? I mean, I want to put this across to all the ladies here. Are you happy with where women are in India? I'm talking about India. Are you happy with where women are in India? And are you happy with what you have seen over the years through your eyes when you were students, you were in school, college, education, marriage, kids, corporate job, professional work, and when you're now helping other people? Are you happy? Are you glad? And does that bring a smile on your face and you say, great, we are moving in the right direction, especially keeping women in mind? Open question.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, Nitin, we are super happy. It's not only about that all the children in India or all the women in India are already at a certain level, but because of they are on the right path, the pace may be slow, but at least they have started picking up. That's
True.
the good sign. Yes.
Gopika, what do you say?
So completely, I think I'm all with it. I think I've already spoken about this. I can see women around me all the way going up, and I've absolutely no doubt that it's really going in the right direction.
So do you also agree that let's just bring this hype around women empowerment a little down, and this can no more be required as an essay in schools?
So today, when we were celebrating Women's Day, and I agree with Lale when she said that we're celebrating Women's Day, but I had this in my mind that we also need to celebrate, a happy Men's Day, right? Similarly, why are we talking about the difference right from this day, right? And we're celebrating it differently. So, that thought comes into it, and everyone's equal today. And they have accepted us. It's time for us to actually stop talking about this in such a big way and actually start talking about learning and growing and being able to walk the path together.
Brilliant. Yes, Sonu, you want to add something?
So we need to break that chain, that conditioning which is going on from years, that physically men are much more stronger than women. And because of that, because I feel personally that mental and rest of the awareness have come in last few years. Earlier, it was just focused on the physical appearance of two genders, which was like always compared that men are always like physically more stronger than women, and that was going on for years. But I'm glad that this graph has raised, it is like above all this, and now I think every women are already empowered, and I'm glad that I'm a woman, and I'm so proud to say that. So I am glad that all the chains are like broken, and we are very confidently and very smartly we can come and face the world no matter what, like we are ready to take off yours.
Yes, Sonu, what do you want to add to it?
Absolutely. So, Nitin, I just want to add one thing here. Okay, it's a very funny statistics, but I'll definitely add.
Yeah.
Few years ago, the gender ratio in India was 1,000 male and 800 female.
100. Yeah.
Today, it is 1,020 females and 1,000 males. So
Isn't
we are
that amazing?
Let's clap for that.
Okay? We are already 20 people ahead in the country itself.
Yes.
And we don't need.
And it's been a collective effort. It's been a collective effort.
Collective effort of people, of mindset of general public, and also the government. I don't deny that.
Yes.
But now the mindset of general public is also changing. The that infancy.
The perceptions are changing.
That was all is changing. But what I wanted to say is, we don't need empowerment. We don't need ratios. We don't need 33% registration. We don't need all these things. What we need simple is literacy. if you educate a woman, she can educate the entire country. Okay, one woman can actually educate the entire nation, right? What we need is equal opportunity in terms of pay, in terms of breaking the glass ceiling, in terms of having the same say as, and we don't have to say, हमें वो बोलने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी कि हम कंधे से कंधा मिला के चलना चाहिए. हम चल रहे हैं बॉस, हम चलना नहीं चाहिए.
Absolutely.
और चल रहे हैं with that confidence, right? Can you hear the
Yes.
confidence?
I just want to add,
Nitin,
Yes.
what Sonu was saying.
Absolutely. And that
No,
is
go
what
ahead,
I
Sonu. Sorry.
tell to everyone that, see, you are not in a race to prove anything, but whatever you try to do, just do it with full conviction that when it's seen, the result is seen always there. And
Nitin,
yes,
I'd really like to add something in.
Yes, please.
I don't think it is about, we have gone a long way and there's a lot of work to be done still. I don't think it's about empowerment or anything. I basically feel about being a good human being.
Yeah.
India was all about simple living and high thinking. I think a lot of materialism has set in, and it's all about brands and what you own and a car and XYZ. I think it's about being humble and about being a good human being and giving and helping other human beings. I think that is the way forward, and that is real empowerment.
True.
Yes.
It's not being a CEO of some place or being on the top of any corporate ladder. That's not life. Life is all about being humble, simple, helping each other, and that's what we are made for. And that's how I think the way forward is for a better nation.
True. I want to ask a question now. Yes, Chinmay. Do you want to
I
say
was just
something?
wanting to share something. Yes, it's always asked that behind every successful man, there's a woman. But, behind every successful woman, there is an entire unbeatable, strong team, her, which is her family. And I think, we all would agree, and that's something which is common, I sense in all of us, that we all are talking about Women's Day and can talk about empowerment and confidence because we did get that environment around us, and we don't have to fight those basic survival battles like so many other women do. So, just staying sensitive to their needs, and that not everybody feels the way we feel, and they have their own reasons. So let's just celebrate that. And yeah, I mean, behind every successful woman, there's the whole family.
Awesome. Anjum.
Exactly. यहाँ मैं कहना चाहूंगी, my opening line to marshal the mind is, birth is a lottery. I have worked as an educationist. I have worked with in a school that was considered as a village, Burari town, just adjacent to Delhi. And born and brought up in Delhi, studying in public schools, having an educated family where my mother was hockey captain in Delhi University, 1966. My father was teacher. My nana, they were all engineers. My mama. We are actually blessed. But when I have landed over there, I had to fight. I had to visit. I had to pay visit to the parents to send their daughter to play nationals for Kho-Kho, Kabaddi, or athletics. And still the situation is same.
Yeah,
so we need to, we need to expand our focus towards the tier 2, tier 3. I'm not talking about those only. I'm just talking about the thinking of society. The families. आज भी दूसरी बेटी हो जाती है तो लोग अफसोस करते हैं. I'm a second, daughter of my mother, proudly, and we are only 2 daughters. So still we can hear the words when a woman delivered a second daughter. After 50 years, even you have the same scenario. So we cannot close our eyes. Still we need to focus, and still we need to guide our men, our society, to change the perception. Most of the time I have seen the mother wanted her daughter to excel in sports, to excel in any,
creative field,
any field, but there are other people in the family, society, where they are living, they are moving. Still, I am handling one of the daughter from the affluent family. Her father is an Ayurvedic doctor, but still, anything she want to do, something, for Delhi, it's normal. But a person living in Sirsa, person living in Bundelkhand, the girls, they are facing something very different. I think most of you cannot even imagine, because I have never seen that life till I have landed in a government school, serving over there.
True.
So the things have improved. Definitely they have improved, but still there is a lot to be done for girl child, for women, to say postpartum depression. Have you come across with a postpartum depression? Most of the women under the postpartum depression is those who have delivered a girl child.
Girl child, yeah.
Why is it so? I'm talking in 21st century. I'm dealing with those women who have lost their
but on the
career.
other side, just to
Yes.
add something to this, Anjum, on the other side, whenever I meet a woman who is pregnant, expecting a child, and when I ask her, do you want to have a boy or a girl? I am yet to come across a woman that says boy. And I've never asked this to her, like, why? But I want to ask this to all the ladies here. Very, very rare. I mean, I'm yet to come across a woman who says, I want a boy. Every woman says,
That's up to the upbringing and the words they hear in their family while they were growing up. In my family, when I have heard my mother narrating her story when she was coming back from the hospital,
that is
carrying
fine.
me, just a minute,
Yeah.
carrying me, and everybody in the society was saying, oh my God, dusri bhi beti ho gayi. So my dadi, my grandmother told everyone, iske ब्याह में 11 रुपए का कन्यादान, 1 रुपए का कन्यादान भी मत देना, but मेरी बेटी को मत गिनो. We will handle her. We can. So ये confidence कहाँ से आया मेरे अंदर? Because I have heard those stories throughout the life, and that's why I wanted a girl child. Where few of my relatives will say, okay, beta hoga. I said, no, I don't want. I want a girl child. And same with my daughter, we wanted a girl child. So that happens only when the society and the family, whatever they are hearing, beta, beta, beta. Yes, there are families which are after the life. I have just come across somebody has just did the suicide because of that pressure, delivering a boy.
Nitin, could
So,
I take
it all depends upon
another meeting.
Yes, sure, Lale. I think
Definitely.
we are crossing the time limit.
My apologies, because I'm speaking to
Society
another
we are
meeting.
moving.
Thank you so
That's
very much,
very
Lale, for
important.
joining
so
us today.
for
Thank you
having
so
me.
very much.
Thank you. Bye, girls.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Gopika, I want to quickly take this question over to you as well. Hearing about, I'm just worried about this ratio. It might just flip on the other side. Everyone wants a girl child now.
And imagine Nitin, then men struggling to have a men's day.
Yes.
We are minority now.
Yes.
Whatever the scenario,
Gopika.
having the good part
You know,
is like
by God's grace, of course, I have both of
Yes,
them.
Gopika. Yeah.
Sorry, by God's grace, of course, I have both. And this is an absolute true experience that the first time that you're pregnant, it doesn't make any difference to you at all. And when the second time, because my first is a daughter, and the second time was not because of a bias that I would like to have a boy, was just to have an experience of having and raising a boy, right? That's how it came from me. And it's correctly pointed at by others. That was the upbringing that was with me and stayed in, that I want to raise a girl and a boy. I would like to, as far as, of course, nature supports me on the same, right? But we were never, working in towards making that happen. Of course, that can be done through a variety of ways, as we know today, like IVF or, surrogacy can also be, worked around. But if that is the upbringing, then it doesn't make a difference. It's about having an experience of being able to raise both.
Perfect. Now it was an absolutely amazing experience for me. I've learned a lot today. We are now heading towards the conclusion of this discussion. I won't take much of your time. And I want to ask this last question to all the ladies here. And probably you can answer this one by one. What makes a woman happy? What makes a woman happy? I mean, yes, Chinmay, starting from you.
What makes us happy is...
and I'm taking notes, okay? So
yes, sure. Is this supposed to be like a husband's training show?
Could be.
All right. Well, for all the men out there, all we want is safe space to express ourselves, to be heard, to be understood, without any baggages. And I think the same thing goes for women also. When we build relationships, personal, professional, it's important to leave the baggage outside.
True.
And just start from an empty space. How about that?
Dr. Vineet,
to start
what makes a woman happy? Thank you, Chinmay. Yes, Dr. Vineet.
It's a woman or it's a man. If the person is happy, means he has achieved his dream, whatever he want. It is a big or it is a small. Maybe be a mother or maybe a topmost position. If we got that, what we dream out, we got the respect and we give the respect, I think we are really happy.
Beautiful. Deepika, what do you have to say?
Really feel that women love to get loved and they are created to create. So the most important thing a woman needs is that love which she expects from her dear ones. And it is very, very important that support. And she's always looking around for someone to listen to her. So she always wants love, support, and a very, very good listener around.
Well, my list is growing here. Yashika?
Nitin, I think the time has actually changed. Instead of putting pressure on women, what women want, I think as a human being, everyone, men or women, if everyone has got a purpose in life, a mission, anything to do with the life, there is, then the unhappiness scale automatically goes down. It is only when the women who may be homemakers or who may be in job or whatever, they don't have any purpose to look forward to. So the unhappiness, sadness, depression comes into that thing. So there should be always a mission. There should be always a purpose in life, which is driving you towards that thing, to take action every single day so that your energies are consumed in a positive environment, in a positive way.
Absolutely. Sonu.
Okay, so what women want, a book can be written, but in one single line that I want to just gist it up and say that don't buy us diamonds. We have the money to buy it. Just give us respect, love, and your ears. That's it.
Amazing. Gopika.
Okay, so, of course, I would start by saying that, yes, we definitely need that undeniable support, undeniable, unquestionable support, which makes us super happy that they are with us on this journey that we are on together. And of course, at the end of the day, if they get us a Louis Vuitton bag, it makes us happy.
Thanks for your honesty, Gopika.
Thank you.
I think you got so much of good content here that you can actually write a bestseller now. What a woman wants.
And Nitin, you could get a best husband award perhaps if you implement all these suggestions.
I'm sure I have my notes. Trust me on this, and I'm going to be implementing them. Anjum,
we can buy everything, but we still love gifts.
What can make a girl child happy or a woman happy is just believe on ourselves. Just believe on your daughters. Just believe on the woman. Whatever she wants to do, just support and just be there. Failure and success, there is no definition. There is nothing. At least they will get experience. Give an opportunity to them. Let them open their wings. And because I come across with most of the girl students in my college, in my universities, that their parents are not giving them the equal opportunity or treating them equal as compared to their brothers. So I just want and when we after marriage, we just want our husbands, our in-laws, or anyone in the society to just let them give opportunity, believe on them. They will be all happy and they will make you happy.
Awesome. I hope I'm not missing anybody who is
I just want to add the last line, Nitin. Like we all are going to talk about the problems and all these things. I want to say one line that जिंदगी को जीने का तरीका हमने नजरअंदाज करके सीखा, कभी बातों को, कभी लोगों को, और कभी अपने ही हालातों को. So let us ignore those foolish things and enjoy the betterment.
Beautiful. I mean, I have done n number of sessions in my life, and I want to honestly admit and accept that this was what an experience it was for me personally as a person, as a human, as a man. And I've learned so much, understanding the perspectives of women like all of you. It was my privilege rather, and it was an honor to have all of you today on this discussion. Once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. On behalf of everybody who attended, I want to say thank you very much to all of you. And after I hear what Deepika has to say, I'll give my concluding comments. Yes, Deepika.
So today on this Women's Day, though I don't believe in a particular day is for women, every day is for women, but I have written something which I would like to share with all.
Over to you.
Thank you so much. Womanism carries different shades. Well, that is how she has to play. Sometimes mother, sometimes wife, sometimes daughter, and for her in-laws, she has to be a delight. Keeping every relationship in mind, she forgets to maintain the one that makes her shine. She's daring, she's caring, she loves to be loved with no ifs and buts. Respect her for who she is. Her absence will make you realize what you gained and what you missed. Your love for her is her biggest asset. You need not buy her big treasures. She gets happiest when she makes you happy, sometimes by putting in endless efforts and sometimes by being naughty. Never question her purity because her every move is full of surety. Encourage her, support her, and be her listener, because after God, she is the biggest giver. She is much more than what words could ever say, because she is created to create. So tell her a thank you and make her feel special in all the way. Wishing you all a very happy Women's Day. Thank you.
Wow. Wow.
Awesome.
Isn't that amazing?
Absolutely.
And
That
thank you
is.
very much for so beautifully reciting that, Deepika. Thank you so very much. Well, we all understood today that women are not weak. I mean, that is for sure. They're not weak. We've also understood, it's pretty clear, notes taken, underlined, that it's time that we stop talking about women empowerment. Women they're powerful. They're already empowered. All we need to do is just give them space. What we need to do is let them express themselves. What we need to do is support them. I think we need to give them love, the care. And if we do that, I think everything will fall into place, isn't it? And that's all we need to do. And we are on the right path. The ratio, as Sonu said, is improving, and it's going to continue to improve. As what I can see, women needing more girl child. So I am happy with this. So thank you so very much once again. And I want to especially thank all the participants who spared their time to come here today. And they kept the chat box pretty active. So Maria, Shivani, Madhu, Arbind, Aftab, and I want to take a few names here who kept the chat box pretty active. Sami, Durga Das, and Harpreet, of course, and my teammates here, and of course, Saroj and other people. Thank you so very much for joining the discussion today. I genuinely hope that you learned something out of this discussion. You enjoyed it. And I'm going to hopefully see all of you once again in some of the session exactly like this. And I hope it was a good experience for you as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
We loved it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chinmay. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you,
Vinny.
Nitin.
Thank you, Yashika. Thank you, Deepika, Anjum, and
Thank
Sonu.
you.
It was a pleasure. And thank you,
Bye-bye.
Nana Sherry. Thank you.
Bye,
Good
lovely
evening.
ladies.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.